Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. If you guys are new here, my name is KaSandra. I'm the witch, art, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. Welcome to your newest spiritual safe haven. And if you guys are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I am always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. If you guys are just now coming here to the Magic of Eden YouTube, I wanted to extend my warmest of invitations to you, and I am going to ask you to hit the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell, because I am going to be giving a lot more readings, giving a lot more information that you guys can use in your daily ritual as you transcend beyond your pain and suffering and also reclaim your divinity. So that is definitely what I'm about. If you guys do not know me, I am an intuitive, I am a witch, I am an astrologer, I am a poet, I am an author, and I am a writer. And I am notoriously known for merging the arts of poetry and magic, which will be seen more throughout the years because I am here for the long run. I am rooted, I am grounded, and I am not going anywhere. I am always going to show up in the best way that I possibly can to give to you in your life, as long as I am living, breathing in this body. And no matter what body I choose to incarnate in, if I decide to come back, I will always serve the greater good with my gifts and my talents. So today we are going to be immersing ourselves into this tarot reading. This is going to be a guided message from our spiritual team, from our guides, from our ancestors, whatever it is that we need to know right now. That is essentially what we're going to be focusing on. This is going to be a reading dedicated to our soul tribe, to our Eden family, and this is going to be a collective reading. I have not done a pick a deck reading in a little bit, and I will be doing those later on down the line. Right now, my focus is on a collective reading. It's just like an energy check-in to see what's going on in our lives and to see, what the deal is, what the vibe is, what the energy is. That way we can get a fresh start. This day is Sunday. I don't know exactly what time it is right now. And, well, what is time anyway, right? It's 2:07, October 20th. And this is definitely going to be a reading, again, just a check-in to see how y'all are doing and to give you guys whatever messages you need. So I wanted to go ahead and start off with a quick prayer. Divine, thank you so much for your divine love and your protection. Thank you so much for being with us as we journey throughout our lives. Thank you for always showing up for us, even when we feel like you are not there. Thank you so much for allowing us to come together right now to immerse ourselves into this tarot reading. I set the intention that everyone listening to this message right now feels warmed, feels welcome and protected. I set the intention that this be a vibe for all of us, that we can come together, that we can dwell together, so that we can receive what resonates and allow us to just simply discard what does not resonate. I set the intention that the person and or people listening to this comes in with a mind of discernment and an open heart to receive whatever it is for them, and may they discard what does not serve them. Thank you so much, Spirit, for allowing me to be the medium that relates any messages that my soul tribe needs to hear. I am so thankful for the gifts that I was born with, and I am thankful for being able to enhance those gifts and talents. That way I can serve my soul tribe and be of service to others and to you. It is said, it is so, it is done. All right, you guys. So we're going to be working from the Tarot Nefertari, as well as I may be pulling from a few oracle decks. The Five of Wands was the first card to kind of show up a little bit. Actually, not a little bit, but the Five of Wands was the first card to show face here as I'm shuffling. So looks like there may have been some more energy that is being exerted. So I guess this is going to be the exertion of energy. And one of the downloads that I actually did get before I started shuffling the cards was that just because things appear to be dark does not mean that they are of a low vibration. And this is bringing me to someone that may always wear black. I'm getting this sense that there's someone that is always wearing black, and they come on, or they may appear to be this doom and gloomy type of individual, or because they choose to wear the darker colors, that they're associated with negativity and depression and just these low vibrational vibes. But the moment they start opening their mouth and they start talking, people start to see like, damn, like you're actually like pretty cool. You're actually full of love and light. And it's like, yeah, like don't be fooled by the attire here. Like there's so much more to me than what meets the eye. Like there is so much more to me than what you would think. Just because you have a perception of something that is dark, that appears to be dark. Like for example, my setup, right? Like how it looks more how it looks darker, but you know, for those of y'all that have been with me for the long run for years, y'all know how I get down, right? Like, y'all know that I am not someone that's just all doom and gloom. Like, I am someone that I can come off and be that way, but it's truly light because I'm somebody that draws light from the darker places, right? I draw wisdom from the darker places. And if you're listening to this, then more than likely you have that vibe, or you may be someone that doesn't. But, you know, take it as it resonates. But the overall message is, just because something is dark does not mean that it is of a lower nature. It does not mean that it is bad for you. It does not mean that it does not serve the greater good. And that's something that is coming through, or that came through earlier, I should say. So that there is a message on in itself. And then also there is this reminder that what appears to be daunting and gloomy and scary and things like that, it's just a matter of perception, and that there in itself is a highlight as to where we've been and our own expectations to go through things that are doomy, that are disappointing, and things of that nature. But just because it appears to be that way does not mean that that is the way that it's going to be. What Spirit is saying is that there's something about muscle memory and how our body reacts to certain energies and when we're in certain situations. And even though our body is remembering, our body still holds the traumas, our body still holds that information. And because of that, whenever we're in a situation that seems similar to that previous experience, our body reacts to that, and then our mind just goes, sometimes we go on a frenzy, or we're in a frenzy because we're trying to find out how to get out of that situation because we don't want a repeat of what happened in the past. And there's this, it's like Spirit is saying to us now that we don't have to allow ourselves to be victimized by the oppression that happened in the past. Instead, what we can do is raise our consciousness and be in presence with ourselves, and also we can immerse ourselves into the moment and detach from everything. That way we can make sound judgment. And so when we do that, we allow ourselves to see that we're not in that same situation that we were in the past. And it's a matter of us truly being able to purge these things and let these things go, but face them as they come up with courage, face them as they come up with love, and that love we give to ourselves and we give to others as we're in these moments. Because really what they are just reminders of, okay, you remember when you set your intention to let this go? Well, it's coming up now because it's still within your psyche. And now it is up to you to decide to let those things go. And it's like this checkpoint. You know how when you're on the road or whatnot, and then you have, I don't know if you guys are like where you guys are in the world, but in California, there were these checkpoints, right, where you would have to stop and then show your license and like all these different elements, right? It's like you have to stop and just kind of see, okay, have you gotten your things together? Are you doing things that you're supposed to do? If not, okay, we're going to pull you over because what is it that you're doing? Are you subjecting yourself to our system and our jurisdiction? If you are, then you have to follow these rules. And then if you're not, then you need to prove that you are sovereign. You need to prove that you are doing these things on your own. And it's so interesting that Spirit is guiding me to say that, because it's one of those things where you have to ask yourself, are you subjecting yourself to this thing, to this past thing? Are you allowing this thing or this situation to have power over you? Or are you declaring yourself a sovereign? Are you declaring yourself free from the past, free from this regulation or this rule or this obligation or this debt? If so, how are you doing that? What are you doing in your day-to-day life that supports the fact that you are free? And that's a message all in itself. Like, the messages are so clear. Like, they are just so clear. And then there's another message of, okay, how are you taking care of yourself? How have you been taking care of yourself? There seems to be this review that some of you guys are going through now. And it's interesting because as we leave, or as we are exiting or getting ready to exit Libra season, we're now going to go into Scorpio season, where all of these things are going to start coming up. A lot of these older situations, a lot of these things that we're meant to purge and banish so that we can obviously get rid of and become rebirth. And I feel that we are now going into a period where we are going into a period of darkness, right? We're going into the unknown, but this unknown is such a beautiful place. And the reason is because we're meant to submerge or immerse ourselves into this darkness, that way we can be regenerated. Because after we leave Scorpio season, we're going to head into Sagittarius and then Capricorn, which we're actually going to be leaving fall, going into winter. That's where we pull back and we go into the state of reflection and we see things as they are. And I'm seeing the Judgment card, the Seven of Cups. Like, these are cards that are coming through. The Devil card You know, even though these cards are not faced, you know, they're not even faced up right now. So this to me means that, as you can see, the cards are face down. So with that, it's like, all right, I haven't seen these things yet, but I'm trusting in what I cannot. I'm trusting in myself, even though the things that are coming, that are, even though there are things that are coming up for me, I may not be able to understand them. I may not be able to see them clearly, but that is the beauty of it. Or the beauty of it is that I'm able to stop. I'm able to pause. I'm able to reflect. I'm able to go back and think about the things that I used to do, right? I'm able to go back and truly think about how things used to be so that I don't do those things again, or I don't repeat those same patterns, or I don't become a habitual, I don't know why the word habitual liar is coming through. I don't subject myself to the victimization of that, or to someone that may have been a habitual liar, or this habitual thing, or habitually doing something ritualistically. The Hierophant's coming through. It's like, you don't want to continuously to do this thing because you want to be free from that. And you allow yourself to, Spirit is saying to immerse yourself into this darkness. And the reason is because the darkness is not as daunting as you believe that it is. What it truly is a reflection and a play as to what's going on within your psyche, within your subconscious. And when you bring these things to light, when you allow yourself to bring these things to light, you can transcend beyond all of that. This is definitely giving me Pluto and Scorpio vibes. This also is giving me Mercury in Scorpio vibes and Jupiter in Scorpio vibes. Venus and Scorpio. There's definitely there's a highlight of Scorpionic energy here. And it could be because we are literally getting ready to enter into Scorpio season. So I'm not even surprised that that's coming up. So what cards have been coming up for you in your own tarot readings? Let me know down in the comments, please, if you don't mind. I would love that, because I would love to connect with you guys on a deeper level. I want to start building a community and showing up and doing what I can do. And also, how are you showing up for yourself? I feel like there's something about health coming through, that your negligence and your lack of self-love has been affecting your health. And in order for you to heal this thing or heal yourself, you're going to have to start pouring back into yourself. Ace of Cups energy. Start pouring back into yourself. Ace of Cups, Empress vibes, and all of those different elements. Those are things that you want to really take into account. Oh, wow. Okay, the Five of Wands came out again. So that definitely is some energy with exertion of energy, of course, like we said. So it did come out again. So you saw that at the beginning, and again, here it is. So we're going to focus on that. And then the cards that are showing face here are the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Lover's card, the Ten of Pentacles, and everything else is not showing face at all right now. We're going to just kind of give messages according to what's here. So according to what's here, I do feel like there has been this, what feels like an uphill battle or some type of challenge where you're exerting this masculine energy, or you're trying to get things together, because what you've been trying to do is manifest this type of abundance, or you're trying to get something in plenty, or you're trying to accumulate something. This is bringing me to saving. This is bringing me to somebody putting in some type of energy so that they can receive more. Conservation is something that's coming through, and it's almost kind of giving me Four of Pentacles vibes, where you've been scraping and you've been doing everything you can to show up. You've been putting forth this energy because you've been faced with this, or you've been having like this wanting to immerse yourself and to make decisions that reflect your ability to receive, right? Or your ability to manifest this thing. What I feel like you guys are trying to do is you're trying to do everything you can because you're trying to get yourself settled. And I feel like it's this, not this fight, but it almost kind of feels like a fight where you're just doing everything that you possibly can in order to secure yourself. What I'm hearing is like a rush. It's like some of you guys are rushing to secure yourself because you're afraid of not having, or you're afraid of like running out. And this King of Wands here is pointing me to the fact that it's this energy where just what Spirit is saying with this King of Wands is to just trust. Like, you have to trust yourself to show up in whatever way you need to for yourself right now. And it's so interesting because even though this the King of Wands is here, I almost kind of want to put the light back onto the Divine Feminine, because I feel like it's this exertion of masculinity that makes you kind of have this mindset of, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And it's bringing me to Aries energy. Like, it's bringing me to Aries energy where it's like, I have to do and do and do because there's so much that I'm trying to do. And for some of you guys, I don't know why I'm getting the sense that some of y'all are overwhelmed. If this is a relationship, some of you guys are putting forth a lot of energy and doing and showing up, and Spirit is asking you to die down a little bit and go back into yourself. What I'm hearing right now is reflection. So some of you guys may want to start reflecting on what you're doing and asking yourself, is the energy that you're putting out right now actually good and beneficial to what you're trying to secure here? With the 10 of Pentacles, this is bringing me to assets for whatever reason. I'm hearing something about assets, and I don't know why this is pointing me to someone's estate. Make sure that you have the things that you need to have in order for your estate or your family's estate or whatever that may be. 10 of Pentacles here, you guys, what I'm picking up on is that I just heard I'm feeling lucky. It's like one of them things where you kind of gamble or you kind of bet, and then it brings you like a reward. This is bringing me to a reward system, like at work, or incentive. Like, what incentivizes this group of people? Like, what incentivizes your soul group, or what incentivizes your peers or your employees? And Spirit is saying is to use their gifts and their talents in a way that benefits everybody. This is you stepping up somehow. Like, you guys are stepping up, or some of you guys are trying to climb the ladder here, is what I'm hearing. Let me flip these cards around, though, because there's more context. Okay. The Star card last today, yeah. Ooh. Oh, snappers. Okay. Ooh. All right, moving on. Moving on to another part of the reading. All right, so we have the 3 of Cups in reverse here, the Star card here in reverse. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. We have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. We have the King of Wands. That's so interesting because I just said that I feel like even though the Divine Masculine here, I want to go back to, or I want to shine the light on Divine Feminine energy, which makes sense because the High Priestess is here in reverse. I feel like with these cards that are coming out is that there definitely is this disconnection. Like it feels like a major disconnection between the self, the Divine Feminine self, and the divine and the guides and whatnot. And someone was thrown off course. And the reason for that is because, again, they're trying to secure themselves. I just heard that somebody's compromising. Spirit is asking you not to compromise yourself, not to compromise who you are for the benefit or for the sake of receiving this thing, or out of this scarcity and lack of abundance mindset. Because what is happening is that you're jeopardizing who you know that you truly are because you're trying to get a bag for some of you guys. And Spirit is asking you, is the bag really important? Or what is truly important to you? And there's this need to step away from this certain type of group. There's a need to step away from what has been going on, because what is calling you is not only your Divine Feminine, but you know that you should not be here, or you know that you should not be in this space, but for whatever reason you feel that you have to, because that's the only thing, or you believe that that's the only thing that is going to help to secure you. And Spirit is asking you, is that truly important right now? What needs attention right now is the emotional body in this time to connect, because so much of you has been poured out. Also, I'm hearing that you guys are faking it till you make it. You guys are appearing to have everything together, but in reality, you're fighting this internal battle. And Spirit is saying that you need to be more honest about what you're feeling and about what you're going through, and be more honest with your friends. For some of you guys, your friends are saying, hey, we're here to help you, yada, 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 but you're faking it because you don't want to feel like you're a burden. Spirit is saying to be honest to that friend group, be honest to that friend, that mother, that whoever it is, because there's something that they could potentially help you with. But because you're so used to being the strong one, you don't even know how to open your mouth and ask for help. All you know how to do is constantly exert this energy to make sure that everything else is accounted for, because you're used to you're used to people depending on you to get things done. And what I feel like here is that some of you guys are just refusing to open up the cup, to open yourself up, or to remove the top off of the cup so that the old water can be poured out. This is what I'm hearing. It's filter. It's like when you pour, before you pour, this water into this glass, make sure that that glass is clean, but also make sure that the filters are clean, so that when you do pour this water through the filter, that it gets out the impurities. And also, I'm hearing something about mineralized water. You want to go to some type of stream or some type of body of water. That way you can get water straight from the earth. There's a clear difference between purified water, and alkaline water and purified water. But there's also a very strong difference when you actually go to that fountain itself that is straight from the earth, or that body of water straight from the earth that is filled with so many amazing benefits, right? There's such a difference when you're drinking water straight from the earth versus from a system that just simply purifies, that takes and strips all the nutrients strips all the minerals from it. And there's something about hydrating yourself with mineralized water and hydrating yourself with the best of the best. Spirit is saying that it wants you to invest in yourself and give yourself the best of the best right now, and allow other people to give you the best of the best. Because what is happening, and this is so interesting, because some of you guys' health has taken a huge hit, and some of you guys' life has taken a huge hit because of the lack of quality that you've been giving yourself. But then again, for whatever reason, you feel the need to give others better quality than what you've been giving yourself. You are not a product that is to be put on a shelf for other people's consumption. But somehow some of you guys are treating yourselves as if you don't deserve this beautiful thing. You are not bougie. And even if you are, Spirit is saying, okay, own that. And the reason is because even though you're quote unquote bougie, at least you're giving yourself the best of the best, and you're not allowing yourself to accept anything less than that. Now, what Spirit is saying though is that there is a fine difference between knowing what is best for you and being bougie, in a sense that you put others down because of what they're doing, because of what they're accepting. Spirit is asking you not to even look to what anybody else is doing. Pay attention to what you are putting into your own body, to what you are putting into your own craft, to what you are putting into your own endeavors, because it's the energy and the quality of it that is going to make a difference. It's that quality that is going to make a difference. And you can also use that energy in your healing. What this is bringing me to is saying what's going through my mind. I'm stuttering, you guys. Y'all know what happens when I start stuttering. When I'm skipping over my words, it's because I'm feeling something heavily. For those of y'all that are new here that don't know anything about me, I stutter like crazy when I'm feeling something and my mind is moving faster than my mouth can. And that's what happens with me. With this Six of Cups here, there are definitely things of the past coming up here, and you are being faced with a decision. Do you honor what you know to be true for you and let that be your abundance, or are you going to take a shortcut? Spirit is asking you not to take a shortcut right now. What you are led to do and what you're being asked to do is honor that divine feminine part of yourself. It may be scary because it's new territory, but Spirit wants to just gently encourage you. And it's funny because I'm getting a picture of a penguin, like a baby penguin. It's so cute, like this penguin, and the mom here is trying to get the penguin to walk or to waddle on, but the penguin is scared and just wants to be with mom. And mom is like, listen, you're going to have to, figure it out. You're going to have to learn how to walk at some point, because I can't take care of you, because if I stay here, I'll starve. It's dad's turn to take action, or it's divine masculine's turn to watch you so that I can go and eat, so I can go and hunt, so when I come back I can give you the things that you need, right? And I feel that Spirit is saying that you're gonna have to learn how to do these things in order to help you replenish yourself, in order to help you get the things that you need right now. There's this deep, I don't know why, but it's so interesting the way that it's coming out, because the message is that you are so dependent on doing things for people that becomes your source of energy for you. And Spirit is saying, even though you see that as a source of energy, you constantly doing and people pleasing and going out to do, that is depleting you of the energy, the nutrients, the life force that you need. And I'm hearing the word elixirs. For some reason, this elixir will bring you back to life if you allow yourself to receive that. But how can you if you're constantly giving it away? What Spirit is saying is that there's an antidote that you are giving away that you need to use for yourself. It could be love. It could be words of wisdom. It could be affirmations. It could be money. It could be whatever it is that you are giving away of your resources, your life, your love. You're constantly giving away, and that there is the antidote. And that's why you can't heal yourself, because you're constantly overpouring and overgiving. And that's why you are having a hard time receiving this abundance here with the Ten of Pentacles. Also, do not be afraid to walk away from anything. With this Eight of Cups in reverse here, you've been getting the call for a while now. Something has been calling you, whether it be your purpose, whether it be this job, whether it be this, whatever this thing is that fills you up, that lights you up, that really does allow you to shine. It's been calling you for a while now. But for whatever reason, you refuse, whether it be out of fear, fear of success, fear of you making it, fear of you not making it. Insert fear here. Spirit is saying that it is time. Oh, excuse me. Spirit is saying that it is time for you to allow yourself to just simply step away from this group, this, whatever this is. It's time for you to step away from these friend groups. Also, there may be someone in your circle that just does not have your best interest at heart. They come off as passive aggressive. They come off as someone that just does not, they come off as extremely pessimistic. And they come off as like they really have your best interest at heart, but Spirit is saying you can read between the lines. Too many times you second guess yourself with this High Priestess in reverse. Also with this High Priestess in reverse, somebody's lying, somebody's being manipulative, and someone's not being truthful about something. They know something and they're not telling you. Spirit is saying that the best thing for you to do is to allow yourself to walk away, allow yourself to detach so that you can be replenished. Because there's something about your energy that you're in your life force that these people need, and it's because of that it's like it's draining you. This energy is draining you. Spirit is asking for you to detach. Yes, it may hurt a little bit, but Spirit is asking you to let that thing hurt, because at least it'll be healing. And I'm seeing a bite mark on the left arm, and I'm seeing someone getting bit by like their pet, or like someone was recently bitten with something, and I'm seeing like a snake bite. And the best thing that you can do is, like, instead of like sucking out the poison, there's this administration of medicine or medication that is needed for somebody. I don't know why I'm hearing the word penicillin. Is that even a word? I don't even know. Listen, there's some type of like medication that is needed for you guys. And then once you take that medication, you can then allow your body to go through its reset and then just do what it needs to do. Wow, that was extremely, wow, whoa, that was interesting. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you have that you want to let us know on these tarot cards? Make sure that whatever decision that you guys are making right now, I don't feel like that doesn't really feel right. Whatever decisions that you guys are making, whatever partnerships that you guys have, make sure that they are healing for you, because there's so many of you that just feel so detached. You feel detached from yourself. You feel detached from the world. You feel detached from everyone. You just feel so detached. The Queen of the Queen of Cups is up in reverse here, which lets me know. And you also got the Four of Swords. This is letting me know that, honestly, your divine feminine emotional body here is being replenished. And it's one of those things where you just have to allow it to just allow it. The Spirit is saying just allow it to happen. Some of you guys may have felt defeated in the past. Some of you guys may have felt like you just were not. Okay, the Five of Swords really wants to come out right now. As I was talking about defeat and all that. You guys got the Magician card. I think rest is needed. Sleep. You guys need more sleep. That card decided to come out. The Sun card is up here in reverse. You guys are going into this space of darkness because you definitely do need to reflect, and you guys do need to rest. Rest is good for the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit. Like, well, you can use soul and mind interchangeably, but I'm not here to talk about that. But what I will say is that sleep is needed. Like sound sleep, and allow the body to get to the stages of REM sleep. Some of you guys have been having a lot of intense dreams and you've been waking up tired. Spirit says to make sure to watch your carb intake, because over-processed carbs is what's causing you to kind of go through what you're, going through. And as I was talking about judgment, we said judgment at the very beginning of this reading. I kid you not. We were just talking about judgment. I do feel like right now you guys are going through a space where you have to allow yourself to just be, I just heard to be in meditation, but but it's induced sleep or meditatively induced sleep where you go into meditation mode and you allow yourself to fall asleep. When you do that, you can actually have lucid dreams, by the way. If you guys have been wanting to learn how to lucid dream, you can definitely do that. Go into a meditative state, set your intention first, and then go into meditative state to focus on that. Or like when you ask a question or set your intention, and then from there, you can actually go into sleep, or you can have a lucid dream through meditation, actually. How do I know? Because I've tried it several times. I'm a lucid dreamer. I can have lucid dreams at will if I really wanted to. If I really focus, I can do that. I've been doing it since a little girl. Why am I talking about that? I'm not sure. I guess because sleep. And my mind does kind of wander at times. But definitely. And you also got the Hermit. This is definitely... Oh, and 7 of Pentacles. Yep. Reflection time. This is definitely a time to go in reflection mode to see what you need to do, to think about what has come to pass, what your habits were, what you did over the course of time that contributed to this thing. And what you do is you allow yourself to go into this darkness. It is temporary. It won't last. It'll last a few months. And it'll be fine, because what'll happen is you'll receive this revelation. And when you go into this space of darkness, again, it's not as gloomy as what you will believe that it is. What it actually is a time where you can immerse yourself into the darkness, into the silence. That way you can hear better. That way you can see better. And when these things come up, you don't have to judge them from an emotional standpoint. You detach from the emotions. You detach from your feelings, and you see them for what they truly are. Also, with the High Priestess in reverse, this to me means that some of you guys really do need to do a fine tuning with that and really start to honor and really start to focus on that type of energy. Some of you guys really do need to be receptive, and also Spirit is asking, or you're being called to ask yourself, why have you not been receptive? I feel like that question was answered at the very beginning. Whoa, 7 of Cups. Didn't we mention that? I feel like we mentioned the 7 of Cups earlier. You cannot make this up, you guys. So the cards are carding. Messages are getting repetitive. I'm just going to go ahead and just like stop shuffling for right now, because it's, again, the cards are just getting repetitive. We already said all that before. And I say that I'm going to stop shuffling, but I keep shuffling. That's interesting. Anyways, so, okay. Last few cards that came out. The last few cards that came out, again, with the Sun card in reverse. Like we already said, we already talked about, darkness and things of that nature. This Sun card in reverse here is like going into sunset, like dusk. And I'm also feeling like with this Queen of Cups here, like this Queen of Cups this is Divine Feminine being put on the back burner and not being able to connect with the intuition to see truly what it needs right now. The Hermit. Yes, this is that energy where you just don't judge it as good or bad. You just see it for what it is, and you go into the space where you're able to heal yourself, because the Hermit actually is the Virgo card. It's the card of Virgo, one of them actually. And with the Hermit, it really does connect to our ability to see beyond the physical and ask the question why and analyze those things. The reason for this is because you have to be willing to sit with the harshest things and not judge them and see it from a higher perspective. You look at the details of that thing and you see what it is truly, and then you go back and then you allow yourself to look at the higher scope of things. So this is a review over your whole life by far, what has happened over the course of your whole life, and then what you do is you say, this is what I'm going to do to change that. This is what I'm going to do in order to help myself with that. That is definitely what I want to do, what I need to do for myself. And if I can work on myself, then I can show up better for myself, my community, my tribe, my family, and whoever else that it is. All right, we are going to stop shuffling finally. Yep, we're going to stop shuffling finally. And the last card on the bottom is the Devil in reverse. Of course it would be, because we said that earlier. Remember, the Devil in reverse here. I'm going to talk about the Devil in reverse. Well, I'm going to talk about the Devil card, period, in another video when I do the tarot series, because someone did ask about that. I'm going to talk about that, and I feel like what is happening right now is that these things are needed to help you. detach from these old obligations, this debt, this draining energy, this energy that just has you drained. You are detaching from that. I'm glad for you guys. I welcome this. Some of these things I did resonate with, not everything, only a very few. Because I like to make sure that the message coming through is for you guys, because the focus is y'all. It's about you. So yes, that is definitely what is coming through. Also, you guys may hear noise in the background, and the reason for that is because I have 4 children, and my 3-year-old, he just turned 3 October 5th. My 3-year-old likes to, he's very, very bossy. He's a Libra sun, Libra moon, and a Scorpio rising. So he gets so moody. Oh, that kid gets moody. Healing energy was the first card to come out. I'm not surprised, especially with the Hermit card here. Also, Hermit card points to Virgo. Virgo is the healer of the zodiac, by the way. And with the Medicine Man, he also points to Chiron. Where does your Chiron sit? Because Chiron definitely is pointed to Virgo. Reason being because Chiron was the healer. Because Chiron points to healing. And Virgo points to healing. So you guys may want to take a holistic approach to healing yourself. Herbalism is coming through. Chicory root is coming through. Red clover blossom is coming through. You guys want to just make sure that you do your potions, do your elixirs. You guys want to make sure that you're doing your tinctures. There's something about a tincture coming through for headaches. You guys are being asked to take a holistic approach. You guys got healing energy, courage with Leo here, the Leo the Lion, courage. Also, what I'm hearing is that also you don't have to let a doctor heal you. They're going to tell you so many things, and because what they truly do want, I'm hearing the pharmaceutical, they are not caring. Balanced emotions is here, divine guidance, passion. And then so you have healing energy, courage, destiny. I love that. You have intuition, passion, balanced emotions, divine guidance. You guys are also going into the dark, and the reason why is because you're able to hear your guides more clearly. They've been trying to talk to you, but because so much of your energy was exerted, it was hard for you to hear, and or you may not have been able to follow their guidance out of this just being afraid. And it's so interesting because the divine is telling you that these were messages that you were receiving years ago. And the fact that you guys were receiving these messages years ago and you didn't heed it, it's like, well, next time, just listen to the guidance that you're being given. And it's not one of those things where you're not being punished. There's nothing that will ever punish you. It's just, well, in this sense, right? Like there's nothing that will ever punish you. The lesson here is to follow your intuition despite what is going on outside of you, because not everything is what it seems. All that glitters is not gold. Follow your intuition, and now you have a chance to redeem yourself. Should you give yourself a fighting chance, and should you show up for yourself right now? That is definitely what Spirit wants you to know. You just listen to the guidance of your ancestors. Some of the guidance, because not all guidance you're going to need in this lifetime. They're only going to give you what they experienced in their life, or they're going to give you wisdom according to what they dealt with. So you don't have to take all of their advice, and apply it to your own life. Do what worked for you, but also Spirit is saying don't be hard-headed either, because some of you guys are habitual hard-headed people, like not like in a negative way. I don't want to say that to sound cast judgment. The way that I want to say it is that some of you guys can be a bit, your energy comes off as a little bit more stubborn. And the reason why it comes off as a little bit more stubborn is because some of you guys are refusing to do this thing. And as a result of that, you guys just suffer for it. You know what I mean? But it's not like anyone outside of you is making you suffer. It's just this lack of listening to yourself. You were right. It's okay that you were. Be right and be okay that you're right. Nothing will come of this situation. Confidence is your key to success. Avoid, of course, moon. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. This definitely is new moon energy. I'm wondering if there's something that you guys are going to be doing for the new moon. I have to check to see what this next new moon is all about, astrologically speaking, and I may or may not do a video on that. You guys know that my focus is not just the phases. My focus is on, you know, planetary magic and also writing books and things of that nature. So I'm wondering, you know, what'll happen. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Which reminds me, something came through earlier about the North Node. And whenever you look at your North Node, you also obviously look at your South Node. And when you look at your South Node, you see where you're coming from or where you've been. Also, where you've been is pointing me to your literal past life. Past life energy has been coming up a lot in readings. I feel like past life regressions are definitely needed right now for some of you guys to quantum leap forward. And the reason is because when you spend so much time bringing these things from the past in, it could really halt your growing process. You guys are growing in energy. Some of you guys may be pregnant. Some of you guys may be looking to become pregnant. I'm hearing that. You have two lions here. And also your sun the sun card was in reverse for you. For you guys, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. This is you allowing yourself to detach from the logical, detach from the masculine, and go more internal, go more into the chaotic space, go into the void, go into the divine feminine, go into the darkness. That's where y'all are headed to go, because things make a lot more sense there. People may not be able to make sense of the chaos, but there's so much information in the chaos. If you just surrender to it, you can listen to what it's telling you. And the chaos is very loud, and it's so interesting because it's the chaos within you is reflecting outside of you, and you can't make sense of it. And the reason is because you have to detach from the logical mind. The logical mind can only point to what makes sense. The logical mind does not always point to what the truth is, because you can make something make sense, and it could be a complete lie. And that's the reason why neglecting the divine feminine is one of the worst things that we could do for ourselves as people. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and go over to the next deck, and the next deck that we're going to be using. The deck that I used prior to this one is called the Talisman Oracle, and then this one is Monology Oracle cards. I've had these cards for a while, and we're going to just do what we need to do. We need to move these out of the way. We're going to go to Wisdom of the House of Night. I hope that you guys are enjoying this reading so far. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys for giving me a thumbs up and for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Just keep on watching, because definitely we are going to have a few more cards to pull. Shout out to my boys for not being so loud right now. They're not... Let me not speak too soon. Let me just be quiet. Next thing you know, you're going to hear a whole bunch of noise. All right, let's just enjoy it. Also, enjoy the silence. Whoa. Forbidden. Reminder. This Forbidden card is almost kind of like one of those cards where it's it reminds me of things that you feel it's like forbid you do this, or for this place is forbidden. And the reason why some things are forbidden is because not everyone can handle what is being shown. Not everyone can handle that kind of energy. So they say that it's forbidden, but truly what it is there's something so valuable here that not everyone is worthy of exploring. And there are parts of you that Spirit is saying that you have every right to deem as forbidden, because not every part of you is but not every part of you needs to be explored by other people. It's the saying, do not cast pearls before swine. That's the vibe that I'm getting with this Forbidden card. You also have Reminder. It says, don't forget. Don't forget. Reminder. The things of the past it's not here for you to relive them, but to remind you of what to not go back to. And that in itself, Spirit is saying it's forbidden. You are not permitted to go back here. Because if you decide to, if you chose that route, then all you're going to do is just add more to the destruction. So Spirit is asking you to just leave it where it's at. Look the other way. Don't even try to like get yourself involved in that, because if you do, you are going to bring more chaos. A message. You'll find a message in the dark. Crows may be coming to you now. This is pointing me to omens. Choices. We just spoke about choices. And also, there's this contrast, or there's this like light and dark, like merging the light and dark. Some of you guys are definitely in a space where there's this like extreme and then this other extreme. And Spirit is asking you, it's so interesting that Spirit is asking you to choose a middle way. And then with this choices here, especially the fact that this angel, this being, has a black wing and a white wing. And I'm hearing something about right and wrong. But what really is right and wrong? Right and wrong really is determined by the beholder or determined by the doer. And also Spirit is saying you know right from wrong by now. The message is that you know right from wrong. What is right for you will always lead you to your highest and your greatest good that supports life on the planet, that supports your own life. And what is wrong is anything that prohibits you from growth and anything that is destructive unnecessarily. Does that make sense? And we talked about chaos. Chaos is also here at the very bottom of the deck, and we're just going to use that. So basically, that is what I'm feeling is with the chaos. I feel like the way that you make decisions with everything being so chaotic is by you just surrendering to the noise and knowing that it's nothing that you can control, right? You can't control that. Also, denial. There's something that you guys have been denying yourself that Spirit is saying it's this forbidden thing that you deny yourself, that if you actually take it, it'll actually help to heal you in more ways than you think. So what is forbidden? What is denial? This is bringing me to like pleasure or some type of like, self-pleasure. That's the vibe that I get. And my battery is going to end up dying soon. So I'm going to go and change that because I am almost done. All right. So basically, yes. I can't remember exactly where I did leave off, but I do feel like Spirit is definitely asking for us to ensure that we are not making those same choices out of lack of discernment, and that we're not making these same choices that lead us down the same path. Again, the Hierophant card is not here on the board or on the table or on the altar. However, the energy of the Hierophant is here, and I feel like you are here to make the decisions that you can make that supports you. And I know that it sounds like we sound like a broken record at this point, but the reason is because so many of us are going through it. And so many of people on the planet are definitely going through it. And that's the reason why we are all here collectively getting through it together. That's why we must stand together. That's why we must do the healing that we need to do for ourselves. So that way we can show up for our soul tribe to help them catch up and so on and so forth. But again, with this denial here, right? Also, confidence is your key to success. I want to go backtrack a little bit. Confidence is your key to success. Nothing will come of the situation. Don't let your past hold you back, and don't let pride get in your way. I feel that some of you guys have had a hard time with pride in the past, where you can't let yourself not show up for other people because you feel like you're worth nothing if you don't. And Spirit is saying that is simply not true. That is simply not the case. Also, nothing but chaos and destruction will keep coming from you constantly exerting this energy. Also, confidence is your key to success here. New Moon in Leo. This New Moon in Leo is pointing me to new ways of having courage, and like new ways of showing courage, but like also new ways of knowing yourself. Confidence. It's like, have confidence in your ability to do this thing. You are not failing. You are learning. There is a major difference with that, and Spirit wants you to know that. Now I'm going to pull from one last deck, and I debated on doing this or not, but I'm just going to follow my intuition. I'm being guided to just pull from the deck, and it's wisdom, or the wisdom of the Avalon Oracle cards. I'm being drawn to just pull from them anyway. So that's what we're going to do. And I was afraid that the vibe wouldn't match, but it's not even just about the vibe of the cards or the aesthetic of it. It's about the messages that we receive from the thing. Work with what you have. And this is what I have on hand right now. I don't know if I'm going to use Linderman. No, I'm not going to use Linderman. I'm not going to use Linderman right now. Maybe in the next video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue. Nourishment, the cow, the mystery. Yep. That's interesting because mystery is pointing me to the hermit, and then the cow is pointing me to that Ten of Pentacles. You may want to research the cow symbolism. Nourishment, abundance, asking, receptivity. I'm glad that I actually did do it. I'm hearing glamour magic, and I'm also hearing magic for the divine feminine. I'm seeing white candles, red candles, and pink candles being used. And green. Omens, messages. You guys got the hawk. And you guys may have been seeing things like birds. Birds may be coming through for you right now. Oh my goodness. The earth fairy, physical health, grounding, foundations. Yes. Focus on your physical health. You guys may be receiving a phone call or a letter in the mail from a doctor, or it's like a test result that's coming through for you guys this week. It definitely may be some type of test result that you guys have been waiting for. I just heard that some of you guys are waiting for your blood work to come back. I just heard something about balancing the hormones for some of you. It's just a hormonal issue, and it will take you about 6 months. 6 months to a year for you to rebalance everything. Hopefully sooner for y'all, but I'm just letting you guys know what I hear. It'll take about 6 months to a year of non-stop. Just keep being consistent with it. The serpent, we talked about a snake bite earlier. Oh my God. The serpent, knowledge and healing. This is knowledge from the old world coming back. The Lady of the Lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, responsibility. You have to take this this is a matter of taking this into your own hands. I really do feel like you guys there's this knowledge coming through. The deers here. Wow, I'm so glad that I pulled from this deck. I'm not even playing around. With this physical health, grounding, and foundations, yes, I think that you guys can spend more time in rest, so that you guys can be regenerated, and also just letting things be. Just, you know what? I don't feel like doing it today. I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do is something that supports my health. Some of you guys are definitely focused on your physical health. It is okay that you do that. It is not the end all be all. Give yourself a fighting chance is what Spirit is asking you to do right now. I love that, you guys. You guys may want to lay off dairy. For some of you guys want to completely omit dairy and or just simply lay off of it. It's a diet change. I'm hearing something about being lactose intolerant. You want to listen to that. Intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is coming through strongly. We talked about, I think we mentioned something about perception, but perception definitely is here. And you got the two final cards. I'm glad that I did pull from this deck. This has been great. The Fire Fairy, creative action, optimism, and then truth. These are the last two cards to come out right now for everybody, for our collective. And definitely I do feel like just changing your perspective, changing up the way that you do things, really sticking to the truth and doing things according to your biology, to your genetics, and to your life, I feel is going to help. Also, knowledge and healing. I feel like there's this, you know how it's so interesting with this serpent with healing, because I feel like the very thing that is poisonous is also going to help to heal you. If you just add a little bit of this more to the diet or more to this thing or as a medicine, then it's going to heal you. Or it's kind of like when you take some type of like venom or poison or some type of plant matter, and then you infuse it into and you turn it into a medicine, and you give yourself this thing over time. It's actually going to help heal you in the long run. But if you were to take a really large dose, you could take yourself out. Like, does that make sense? There's this balance of this thing that can help to be more healing to you than if you were to just take it all at once. Spirit is saying is to simply take these things one day at a time, but also take a little bit at a time and allow that to be the antidote that heals you. So again, a holistic approach, the mystery, look at the symbolism behind these plants you're using, because everything is symbolic, but also everything is just so astrologically on point that if you are actually doing the research in the correct way, then you can actually benefit more from that. And whatever it is that you're having a problem with, whether it be your pancreas or the bones or whatnot, that can also be the planet that you can work with in order to help you in that time of your life. For example, if you're having trouble with the bones, osteoporosis, work with Saturn, right? If you're having, intestinal issues, work with Virgo. If you're having headaches, work with Aries. Like, you get what I'm saying? There's a correspondence to the planets and our body and what we're going through and the organs that we're healing. And also, you can look into the symbolism of the plants, right? You can look into the symbolism of that plant and do your astrological research in conjunction with your research with, plants and the physical body and things of that nature. And that is what's going to help you merge those two worlds, merge light, merge the dark, and you will be on your way. I hope that this reading has been immersive. I hope that this reading has been amazing. I hope that y'all got a lot of information coming from this. I love you guys so much, and I want to invite you guys to visit me online at KaSandraTurner.com. I do have ritual oils. I also do have fixed candles and things of that nature to help you with your magic and to just help you reclaim your divinity by merging the arts of poetry and magic. I do have my books available online. I have a paperback copy of The Magic of Healing, and I also do have a hard copy or a hardcover version of it, The Magic of Healing, Merging Poetry and Witchcraft. And this is what the back looks like, of course. And I am super excited to be sharing my artwork with you guys, and more on that will be coming soon. I also want to invite you guys to visit me on Magic of Eden on Instagram, and I appreciate love your time here, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.